Abstrakt Xcilence is in the building. We're back, people. So today we freestyling a little bit, just a little bit. The fellas, let me see, Bree Love is out of town. Nutty had to work. Pounds had to work. Nephew was sitting right there. Stan had a late job and should be here in a second. And Miss Tiff had a prior engagement. So we got the other family in here today.
What's
Mom
up?
was
What's
to
up?
my right. We got Weave to my left. Big bro. What it do?
What's up? What's up?
Oh, my bad. My fault. Gotta raise my voice just a little bit. No sex talk or slow jams.
I like that.
What's up, y'all?
Man, nothing much, man. We came out here to just, parlay with you a little bit, man, today.
I see y'all went bowling.
Yeah. We
how
had a
was that,
ball
man?
out there,
Should have
man.
came out, man.
Yeah, that was my fault.
So
I didn't reach out.
I saw it. My intention.
I put it on
was to-
Facebook,
Yeah, I
though.
saw it on Facebook. So I had to work yesterday morning, and then the youngins, it was either do that and slide or take them to training.
Yeah.
And y'all know how that go.
Yeah.
So, but now I saw it. I was gonna try to slide on it, and then I saw the pictures. PT wound up pulling up. I was like, dang.
They say, man, how you pull that off? How you get
Yeah,
I said, I just called him.
That's all. That's all it takes to phone call sometime,
Yeah.
PP always pull up for the right reasons. You catch him. You just gotta catch him.
Yeah, that's my
the
man.
key.
That's my man.
Shout out to PT.
Yeah,
What's
that's
good,
my
brother?
man.
Man, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Wonderful.
You look wonderful.
I want to jump onto something, but I don't want to put
you
nobody
just-
on the spot. But we got some heavy topics coming up. Some very heavy topics.
Uh-oh.
I don't even understand how she just does this.
You gotta let mama speak her piece.
She just
Uh-oh.
one star.
Let her do her thing, man.
74. Like,
Let her do her thing.
Hey, it ain't changed, man. It ain't changed, man.
Thank you, thank you.
For over the last 25 years, I still been hearing her voice in my head, so it ain't changed, man.
What? Speak. Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, what is it? What's on your mind?
Oh, Lord help me today. We back on that mother father image and teaching our children. Somebody put something in my ear earlier that I can't get into because we don't have a real long show tonight. But we got some heavy stuff coming up for y'all, and it's for the parents, for the mothers, and the fathers. We usually blame.
So what's on your mind? What are you
children,
like? You
young adults,
beating around the
our
bush? What are you
babies,
talking about?
Our babies, how we're raising them, how we're pushing them into accepting the product and not accepting themselves, like the clothes they wear, the jewelry they wear. They don't think about the finance that they need to save or making something better for themselves, not working for everybody else, but working for themselves. To the point that if I'm going to get off very quick, because I'm going to get ready to go up in the clouds.
I don't even know where you're going yet, but go ahead.
I have to break it down like that because I can't talk any clearer because I had a conversation with someone earlier. But we got to do better. And it's like it was said to me tonight, it's the black race.
So, okay.
It's the black race.
So I just what was it, Tuesday? For Kicks and Giggles it's Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
Tuesday for Kicks and Giggles. Shout out to Kicks and Giggles who was here on U Broadcast Media on Tuesdays. I believe at 6:00 p.m. They had a group called Strong Ass Moms on their show. Strong Ass Moms, right? And it's not necessarily a positive why this group was formed. It's a group of moms that are moms of kids that have been killed from gun violence.
This is funny because we was just talking about this on the way out here, right?
Yeah.
When I said that. Do you
Yeah.
think that if the parents were charged for some of these kids' crimes and stuff like that, do you think that would deter a lot of the violence, or you'll be more accountable for your kid if that was the case?
At least let them feel some of it.
Yeah.
And I'm a parent.
Because some parents don't even know where their kids are half the time.
Me, I think it's basically it's like nowadays, the generation now, instead of being parents,
You want to be your kid.
they being friends.
Yeah.
It's too much friends.
They being friends. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that, you create something. You create an image. The mother created an image to the child that it's okay
to do
certain things
Yeah.
and be this type of way around me. No,
Because
I'm
they
your
too
parent
lenient.
first.
Too lenient on the child.
I'm a parent. I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
But could you think that comes in the age category?
Somewhat.
I believe
Somewhat.
that in some way it do got to do with the age cap, but it all depends on is how that child was raised by their parent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the stories that got me specifically, and I actually have told it now like 3 or 4 times since then. One of the young ladies, her son, was 13, was killed. I hope I'm about to tell a story, so hopefully it's not an issue with telling the story. But she told the story live, so I don't think it will be. But her son, she dropped her son off. But to go all the way back, she said that day her son wanted to go to Dave & Buster's with his friends, and she didn't really want to drop him off in the first place because she normally doesn't do stuff like that.
Right.
As far as just leaving him because she knew she had to work or whatever the case may be. But he cleaned the house, did all his chores, made sure all his work was done, and she was like, she didn't want to be the parent to be the bad guy. So she took him to Dave & Buster's with his friends. I guess they were there. Short end of it. They were there for about an hour. One of his friends, they must have went live, whatever the case may be. One of his friends had somebody or issue with another person that over a girl, they saw him go live. So the kid decided to come up there and fight the friend of the kid that got killed.
Yeah.
They fought. I guess the fight was over. They left, came back with more kids, and wanted to fight again. They fought a second time, but the second time he didn't fight the friend. The kid that got killed stepped up for his friend because the friend was like, I already fought you. I'm not going.
Right.
So the other kid stepped up for it. That was over with. The kid came out there. Went back in the bushes, got the gun out the bushes, came out. And again, he wasn't even trying to shoot the kid that got killed. He was trying to shoot the kid he came up there for. But they were close because the kid was trying to tell him, like, come on, let's go. So he turned around, shot him in the back, killed him. So, because I got teamed when we were just up Dave & Buster's literally 2 weeks ago. I just was telling the story, like, with the basketball team, and I was just up there last night, funny enough. I don't even know as a parent what you do on that one, because she didn't.
Man, I'm so
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm
what
so
did-
protective of my son, man.
Yeah, that's
it's
me
like my
too.
son is so sheltered, and sometimes I feel guilty because he
It's
wants
tough,
to do
man.
certain
Yeah,
things,
it's
and
tough.
I won't let him. I don't even let him walk to the store by himself.
But
By himself.
And I understand how you feel because Jermaine is the same thing about all his. And sometimes about me and his nephew. But the point is that you can shelter as much as you can. But that 13-year-old child, that other child that was sitting in the house playing a game
Right.
and was shot through the window.
Oh no, that was another. That was he
Yeah.
was. Oh yeah, so the
So
other was another
you-
parent.
it's
Hold
like-
on, because you referenced that. You got.
I know it's only so much you can shelter him.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So this one she talking about, it was another parent. I forget the lady. She was her 8-year-old son got killed sitting in the house playing a video game over Landover. Somebody came through. Y'all know how that goes.
Yeah,
Somebody came through
yeah.
spraying, and
Yeah.
bullets went through the house. Not only it killed her son, but her nephew got shot. Her grandmother got shot. She was in the house when it happened. She saw her son when the bullet hit his head and take his last breath, all that, because they just sprayed the block basically. And so that's what she's like. He was literally sitting on his video game playing the game, and she said she saw the and.
But I
She
think
put
if
him on
a
the
lot of
table
these
and tried to-
kids, man, if they knew what was waiting for them on the other side, they'll be deterred from a lot of the stuff that they doing. So
I
they
agree.
just out here being with
Consequences,
the
man.
in crowd. They want to be cool. They want to be popular until they get on the other side of them bars. And reality sets in. You about to do about 30 years for this crime.
You know, I would wish that we could take them in, but because of the people that's in, and let them experience that just like overnight. You can't bathe until I tell you to bathe.
Yeah, but you remember they had that back in the
Yeah,
day. The
that-
scared
I
strip.
believe
Yeah, but you know, when we were coming up, it wasn't. You got scared. You got scared. You know what I mean? And I know this is not right, but I'm as a mother, you know, you got your tail whipped wherever you showed off. Tell them about it. And you wasn't even mine. Another one over there. You
Go
show
ahead.
off,
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna whoop it right there.
What you was about to say?
They're just not being parents. They're not being parents.
I basically believe, like, with the kids now, I think it's all about attention. They're not getting the type of attention that they want and need at home. So when they out, it's like, you know, that's what I think they be striving for, attention, because they're not getting it at home. If you have you had more like myself and others to be more attentive to the kids and show interest in them and stay on top of them, I think it can make a difference. I believe it can make a
the
difference.
kids that the parents is paying attention to, and they just want to be part of the street.
But the ones that the kids, I believe that the ones that are paying attention to their kids, like she said, is more materialistic.
Yes.
I believe it's more materialistic instead of them really basically spending time and doing things with them. It's more materialistic because it's like kids now, it's like, man, they so smart. It's like they know how they use their parents.
Mm-hmm.
They use their parents. If I know I can get what I want from I can get from my parent by acting a certain way, then that's what I'm gonna do, and that's gonna become their characteristic throughout life.
So they manipulate the parents.
That's what they're gonna manipulate their parents, and they're gonna manipulate anybody they come in contact with. 'Cause they feel like if I can act a certain way and do certain things, I'm gonna get what I want. Nah, it wasn't like that when I come. She said it wasn't like that. Everybody had a hand in everybody raising everybody's kids in that neighborhood when we came in the community. It was strong. I don't care how bad I was, but I know if I did something around that corner, I know I had to see like about 3 or 4 parents
You got to go right.
before I got that last butt whooping.
The ultimate boss.
But
right?
I mean, and I thought twice about it the second time around. I was a little bit more sneaky. I got smart. I got a little bit more sneaky, but on the same token, I was more attentive. I was more aware. I'm like, okay, my Ruby ain't out here. Okay, I could do this. I could get away with it, but I didn't get away with it. But it's like I said, we had that. It was that family, that bond, that attention. You know what I'm saying? They had interest in whatever we was into, football, whatever we was doing. We had that love. We had that. The kids ain't getting it now. You just here you go. You get your Jordan, $300 Jordan. They get all D's and C's and all D's and F's in school. They gonna get a pair of Jordan. So, man, if I got a D, if my mother bought me some tennis shoes and I got a D on, she was taking them Jones back to the store. I wasn't getting them.
Highly unlikely.
I wasn't getting them.
Totally different situation.
Yeah, I wasn't getting them.
So you just hit the sweet spot, so to speak, and that's why I started smiling. My bad, I hate leaning back because I don't know what it is, but I do it all the time. Sweet spot, so to speak, because we was talking about that a couple of weeks ago when y'all were here with the whole value thing, right? That's the one. The understanding that point, that's the one right there, because these kids we confused on what the value is and what they need. Yeah. So we throwing money and materials at these kids when they really just want you to understand them. So this is one of those real honest, complete, transparent moments. Like, as a parent, I'm sometimes like, whew, I ain't really sure. I don't know. And I'm saying this on camera. I don't know. I think I'm on point. And I hear all the good job. You're a great dad. But I don't really know what's on the other side of that beyond the fact of what I'm thinking I'm right on because I done this calculation and I maybe did the research.
You got to know your child.
It ain't no handbook on raising your child.
You got to just believe that what you putting in your child, that they're retaining it, and you got to trust that when they go out in society, that they can use those tools that you gave them.
But what happens?
You just got to know your kid, man.
What happens though for you, for me? But what happens when you've spent more time everywhere else, work, happy hour, and you really don't know your kid. You know your kid as what comes from you and who you provide for and who you go to the schools and talk about, but you don't really know your kid. You don't know your kid as in, well, when that kid's not talking and not telling you what's going on, or the teacher is not reporting what's going on in that kid's head. What's the kid's best friend's name?
Oh, see, I know all that.
You ain't paying attention.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. But that's one of those challenges where it's like, I guarantee you probably can line up 20 parents, and they might, maybe 5 or 6 of them going to tell you.
You can line up 50.
I got the code to his phone, all that.
And that's, so look, even something as
the
simple
door
as
closed
that.
too long.
Does your son have an issue with that?
Walking in there. Yeah, I mean, I think all teenagers will have a problem with that.
To some extent,
they have
right?
a little bit of resentment towards it, I think. You know what I'm saying?
So why do you think, though?
Sometimes, I mean, they're not going to share everything with them.
No, I'm saying not for the ad, but for your son. Why do you think he has not resentment? Because I don't think it's resentment. I think it's just like you said, getting. I'm gonna say getting older.
He tells me that, Dad, you invade my privacy.
Yeah, okay. So I hear the same thing. That's why
you invade my privacy. Can you knock first?
Yes, exactly.
I'm like, you don't pay nothing to hit.
That's what I'm saying. I tell you, I pay these bills.
I take your door off the hinges.
Yeah.
Put it in my room.
Pretty much.
I got a question for these two fathers up here. 3 fathers up here, and the ones that the ladies are present in their lives in the household. Do you think your children play sides when they need something? They go to mama. How do they
That's
play?
cool.
That's
Definitely,
just a part of being a team.
Yeah,
I
that's
did it.
part, yeah, exactly.
I would play my father and mother against each other.
All day
My
long.
mother tell me no, I go ask my father.
Yeah.
But I understand when you were coming up. How do you feel that they're doing it now in this generation?
Because the parents are not communicating
Okay.
with
This
each
is what
other.
I'm talking about.
It's communication.
That's where the problem comes. Would you say that's where the problem comes with the kids when you got parents that are not communicating?
You should already know. If your kid come to you and ask you something and he don't usually come to you, you already know the mother already told him no.
Something's up.
Yeah.
You know, something wrong.
Who sent you?
See, that's where you draw the line.
That's why you coming to me now. You usually go to your mother.
Okay, and then when the other parent said, "Well, I said he could do this, and you can't," and you do it right in front of the kids. How do you feel about that adjustment there? You go, why can't we talk about this later, or should we talk about this in front of the child? Because the child might say, "Okay, Mama said I could go and spend time and get some Jordans," but then Daddy said, "No, you don't need none right now." Or you got an excellent grade. I'm gonna buy you an iPhone 15.
Well, okay, so
You know, some
what I'm gonna
things-
let y'all because I'm
That's
gonna
your
tell you
job.
my
That's your
thought
job.
my
That's
thought
education.
my thought on that one though is that I don't think that's one of those things. I think it's a tedious things. That's more you know, the Bible states that when you become certain, you leave certain things behind, right? So that's just one of them
conflict of
things that
interest.
is just
You know, a child gonna try their hand.
that's it right there. That's
That's
basically what I'm
right.
trying to say. That I don't think that's
Gonna
a
try their hand.
parental thing. That's a childlike thing that you have to that we can bring it back though. What you talking about knowing your kid?
Right.
You have to know your kid and not group your kid into saying, "Oh, that's just a teenager being a teenager. That's just a kid." Okay, yeah, your kid's gonna try you, but why is your kid trying you, and what way is your kid trying you? And now, how do you have to respond to that to make sure your kid gets the lesson and not just discipline the kid because I'm the parent. You do what I say. What is it that's going to come out of this? Because, yeah, I could go that route, right? But I do want my kid to eventually be a competent adult that's successful
Right,
in
but that's-
life.
you can't silence your child. You gotta
Bingo.
you gotta
Yeah,
let him express himself. Now, if every
you-
time he says something, be quiet. You know what I'm saying?
but you know-
your daughter's not always right.
Yeah, but you know,
You know what I'm
as parents though, we just had it in our mind that we don't want to listen to our kids, but that's the main thing. We got to listen to our kids.
Yeah, you
We
gotta
have
give
to
them freedom
listen
of
to 'em.
speech
You got to
to a
listen
certain
to them,
extent.
because if you don't listen
Yeah,
to them
yeah,
and you
yeah,
always don't let them hear their opinion, their voices, hear what they got to say, it's always gonna be a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
It's gonna be y'all gonna always go back and forth. You gotta take time and you gotta listen. You might don't hear you might don't like what you're gonna hear from your child.
But you gotta keep
But
it
you got
open-minded.
you got to be open minded. You got to be able to listen. That's where That's why the bond become here. That's why it open the doors up for them to be more comfortable to come to you with anything and express themselves.
I
And
haven't always been. I'm just starting to get. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just starting to get there
but
with my son.
it's
You know, because
it's
it
a
was like
process.
what I
Everything's a
say
pro- a working
goes,
process.
and I don't want to
Yeah.
hear that. You gonna do what I tell
we
you.
all feel like that.
Nah, you gotta
I feel like that.
be open to hear what he has to say too, man.
I feel like that now.
That makes them more comfortable to even want to come share stuff with you. You know what I'm
Instead of
saying?
taking them to their friends on the street.
Exactly.
So shout out to Bree Love, right? Because me and Bree was just having this conversation yesterday, literally. Like, we talking about where we come from and hindsight. Like, a lot of things now we can talk about that we get because life lessons.
Right.
But we didn't know that before it happened. We know now, oh, well, we probably should do this different because we got kids now and blah, 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 blah. But we didn't know that before. So it's the same thing as saying, like, we have to accept and embrace where we come from because that's just what it is. We can't change that part. We can't change how we move forward and what we do with the seed, because the seed is going to be what changes it. I'm not going to be able to change it with y'all. Not disrespectfully, just saying y'all grown men, I'm a grown man. Certain things are just embedded.
Right.
But if we can all understand, listen, what's important is my kids, your kids, so let's figure out how we implant into the next something better than what we had so that they can get it from jump. They ain't got to get it out the mud.
Right.
We understand where we come from. We can't change that part. We can just do better. But they don't have to experience that at all. We can do this differently if we put our heads together, understand that's the protection and the provision. Not saying that finances aren't needed, but this is where we protect and provide. We provide the resources, we provide the example, the way. And in the process of that, the finances are there because we're doing it the right way. So,
Yeah.
So I think you need more mentors. Strong
I
black
agree.
mentors.
I agree.
And they need to see all types of mentors. The good, the bad,
Yeah,
in between.
that's what
We
ABX
need to
was
have
created
an audience
for.
of young men letting them have their say so, and listen, like you said, listen to them.
Yeah.
But can I, if y'all don't, can I, not getting in depth with y'all business, but just to say where we come from in general, where we from, right? So ABX was created with the mindset of, I know where I'm from, right? But I was able and afforded to be able to rebound from certain things because these dudes and some other dudes from where we come from, and my mama, no question, because of who she was. But we come from a background that's definitely not,
Positive.
yeah, it's not silver spoon at all. Like we sitting up here, we still all united in different generations. It's crazy. We was talking about the bowling thing, and we one of the only hoods I know in the city. And I'm not just saying that, but like where that's like that, where you ain't got none of that. We got nonsense, but not on that level,
Yeah.
But where we come from is not corn. It's not cornbread. It ain't silver spoon. But
But we still kind of
what we
united.
have is unique,
Yeah.
and I think everybody's starting to see that on the different levels and generations, and that's what the whole gifted the odd part is. Like we got people that's done some stuff and been through some things and come
Yeah.
back from things that,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, and it's not showing that, okay, it's gonna always be the easy way. It's showing that even through the rough way, you still can get through. Like, nah, I ain't finished school. I got my GED, but I still wound up going the opposite way around. I went to JUCO University. I got two place to place, the book, kids like nah. And everybody that I believe, homies, family, we all going. People say you can't take everybody with you. If you want to, we all going. Let's go. We're gonna figure this out. And if I fail, I'm gonna fail on camera. But if I succeed, I'm gonna succeed on camera too. And somebody's kid gonna see it and believe they can do it in a bigger and a better way. My life is good then. You know what I'm saying? My purpose was fulfilled. That's what I know. That's what I was put here to do. So even if it's just one.
Like they say, yeah, if you don't even reach one,
It's one.
you accomplish something.
I'm going to go back one more time. I like to have a couple of these parents, line them up.
See you going back to
I'm going back to the 30s, the 40s, and the 50s. Line the parents up. Your baby did what? Oh, I got something for you. Meet me right over there.
No.
Because it's sad that you look at these kids and they're failing, they're smart, and they're using material things. That's not love for these kids. They want love. They want somebody to listen. Tell me you love me without.
But you got to understand now, though, Mom, that it ain't nothing but babies having babies.
And like you said, it come from their parents must have been.
A baby can't raise a baby.
And that's what's eating my stomach up.
That's a you know.
See, they have the video games raising the kids.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Lord.
And all these type of the electronics and all this type of stuff. They ain't no quality time is being spent.
None.
You know, you got to sit down every now and again to ask your kid what's on his mind, what you up to, what he like. Half of these parents don't even know what their kids like.
I haven't put in the time.
I bet right now we can't even count on one finger how many parents out here that'll sit down and take a coloring book and crayons and color with their kids.
That's real.
I do with my grandbaby.
I ain't talking about you, Mom. I'm talking about the kids,
Talking about Ken Jerry. Talking about the kids.
I guarantee you can't find one parent now that got crayons and a coloring book and sitting down with their kids and teaching them how to color.
You probably can't
Why
find
would
that.
you do
I
I
can't
send them an app.
Yeah.
And they use the little finger.
Phone.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Look, put that app on
You
your phone.
probably can't find one.
Teach you how to color.
I guarantee you can't.
Conversation, just a real conversation. Like you take for granted the simple
You
things,
sit
man.
down, that right there means a lot. Sit down and take the time out and teach your child how to color, stay with inside the lines, how we was brought up. It's like it's a new time of era now.
Think about it.
It's
Same
do away
thing
with the
life.
camera.
Teach them how to stay inside the line.
Yeah. But
So,
I'm
hold on.
gonna say this shortly. And you go to the most restaurants you go to, everybody got their phone out. The children, the mama, the dad.
Okay, so hold on.
No personal family
Hold on,
time.
hold on. So we started late. I ain't mean to cut y'all off, fellas and mama, but we started late, so we kind of got to get up out of here. So I want to close it out. But next week and every Sunday, we will be here and we will be sharp and on time. And yeah. So y'all stick with us. ABSTRAKT XCILENCE. Abstrakt Xcilence, of course. Y'all know all platforms. Make sure y'all tune in, tap in, and follow, like, and subscribe. Until the next time, we shall see y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
You know what?
Yeah, that's it, bro.
We really need to. We talk about the solution on camera, but we need
Matter
to
of fact,
we
let's
got to
take a
get
picture.